6 real experiments that surprised scientists. 1. Glow-in-the-dark pigs. In 2013, a group of Chinese scientists created strange glow-in-the-dark pigs that emitted fluorescent light. They achieved this by injecting the pig embryos with DNA from a jellyfish. The 10 little piglets glowed in the dark, and scientists claimed that besides their skin, even their organs could glow. In the same year, scientists in Turkey used this method to create glow-in-the-dark rabbits and sheep. Two. The Monster Study. Wendell Johnson was an American psychologist who conducted a controversial experiment at the University of Iowa. In 1939, Johnson conducted the Monster Study, a stuttering experiment on 22 children. When he realized that parents wouldn't let their children be subjects of an experiment, Johnson turned to helpless orphans for the study. Half of the stuttering children received positive therapy which involved praise and rewards, while the other half were criticized and told that their speech was abnormal. Those in the negative group developed all sorts of speech and psychological problems, and even the ones that didn't stutter before the experiment became stutterers for the rest of their lives. 3. Frankenmouse. Also known as ear mouse, this was a strange experiment that became famous for demonstrating that genetic engineering had gone too far. The subject of this experiment was a mouse who grew something that looked like a human ear on its back. But instead of genetic engineering, the scientists working on ear mouse had molded a mesh in the shape of a human ear and then seeded it with cow cartilage cells. Then, they stitched the ear-shaped scaffold onto a mouse with no immune system. Once it was stitched, the cells of the mouse infiltrated the splint and soon, it dissolved. In its place stood a very real-looking human ear. 4. Soviet reanimation. For humans and science, the afterlife has been a hot topic of intrigue. Many scientists in history have experimented with the idea of bringing someone back to life. In the Soviet Union, several scientists took this fascination so far as to cut the head of a dog and keep it alive for a short period with the help of a machine. They conducted several such strange operations on dogs and kept their hearts alive, and then released a film showcasing their success in 1940. According to them, several dogs were brought back to life using this resuscitation method. 5. Tuskegee Syphilis Study. From 1932 to 1972, the US government and Tuskegee University decided to conduct a rather controversial study of syphilis. They took 600 human subjects, of which 399 suffered from the disorder. Rather than treating the patients, the doctors simply promised them free healthcare and treatment. In reality, the deceived people were not administered any treatment, as the actual purpose to recruit them was to study the patients as they progressed with their condition. Even when penicillin became readily available for their treatment, the scientists continued their study and never administered a cure. 6. The Hoffling Hospital Experiment. In 1966, psychiatrist Charles K. Hoffling conducted a surprising experiment to see just how far nurses would go when it came to following orders. In a natural hospital setting, he made people call up nurses as unknown doctors, who would ask the nurses to administer 20 milligrams of a fictitious medicine to a patient. A bottle of the fictitious medicine, which was actually a placebo, was kept in the cabinet and the label clearly stated that the maximum daily dose was 10 milligrams. To his surprise, 21 out of 22 nurses blindly obeyed the unknown doctor on the phone and went on to administer the 20 milligrams dose to the patients.